The way in which some people talk about Tyler, the Creator, he's very clearly an all-encompassing creative beyond simply just hip-hop.
If Tyler never made music, he's still a legend here. He's still a legend in Fairfax,
He's
LA.
another.
The GOAT though.
Tyler is crazy.
OF, WGKTA was my childhood.
And then suddenly out of nowhere, he passes the phone to Tyler, the Creator. And it was a hell of a moment. I was tongue-tied. I was like, because I love Tyler. I grew up watching him, like, this is what he is culturally, so.
But what is it that makes Tyler, the Creator, so special? Many artists are able to put out high-quality music and never receive as high of praise nor the size of following that Tyler manages to receive. There are obviously a multitude of factors that influence his status, but I choose to believe that the outcast narrative that surrounds Tyler's career, while being something he constantly battles against, is actually what has helped him to become one of the most inspirational and influential artists of this generation, with many also making the case that he should be classified as the best artist out right now. This narrative of being an alternative style of rapper seems to follow him like a shadow to this day, even despite the fact that he's won the popularity contest that is the Billboard Hot 100 charts right now. This continued classification feels to me like it hampers the recognition around Tyler's influence to some extent. Even for myself, up until his Hot 97 interview, I always thought Tyler was way younger than he actually is, due to the constant media speculation around him needing to prove himself in more traditional rap spheres. The man is literally 31 years old and Yonkers came out well over a decade ago, which when I realized this was kind of shocking and made me feel really stupid. He has been around long enough and is at an age where he definitely doesn't have to prove anything to anyone anymore.
10 years later, I'm still here, bro. My career has only been doing this.
Only been up.
It's niggas who was the hottest shit in 2012. Where the fuck they at right now? Niggas push me to the side and give me that nigga weird,
And we could go
and I'm fucking here right now.
This box that Tyler has been put in comes from how Tyler portrayed himself at the beginning of his career, with the release of his projects Goblin, Wolf, and to some extent Cherry Bomb. These albums really reflect a lot of the common feelings of confusion, anger, and sadness that comes with going from being a teenager to a young adult, and that weird in-between feeling of responsibility, wanting to do what's authentic to yourself, but also still feeling like an idiot kid. These projects are abrasive and pull no punches, which push a lot of casual audiences away at first, but for his target audience, it was extremely groundbreaking.
I'm a fucking walking paradox. No, I'm not.
These sorts of feelings represented in Tyler's early music are extremely difficult to express, and in real-life application can lead to a lot of kids getting frustrated about how they aren't able to express themselves and the insecurity they feel at such a sensitive time in their lives.
I have friends going to college for stuff that their parents want them to go for, and they're not even happy or anything, but they're just trying to please them, and in the long run, like, I mean, what's gonna be there?
So for Tyler to easily capture these feelings, it really resonates with people and begins to develop this connection between Tyler and his audience. For Tyler to creatively transition on Flower Boy was hard to swallow for some people I knew at the time, as many people still felt stuck in that weird, awkward phase, and to some extent, they felt somewhat abandoned by Tyler. But upon my reflection of this roadmap he has created with his music, it is kind of more clear how Flower Boy is not only a bend towards mainstream audiences. Whereas previous projects represent feeding your emotions into your music, Flower Boy is the continuation afterwards, where after enough time of pouring those emotions into your craft, you can eventually find yourself at the end of that tunnel. Flower Boy is Tyler's renaissance of music, signifying that you're not always going to be the same stuck person you felt like at the beginning. With time and dedication, you can flourish and dig yourself out. He created not only a quality project, but a blueprint for those who have felt like him in the past and been in similar situations, while simultaneously bringing casual fans and mainstream audiences closer with his music, which is a genius move. With this newfound attention from outside audiences and his retention of his core fan base, we then get the masterfully crafted Igor. Now, there are always many ways to interpret this album, but the way I like to see it and envision it in the grand roadmap of Tyler's career is that it represents how the effect of one person on your life can bring you the highest of highs, but also return you to the lowest of lows. So I feel we begin to see the underlying anger and sadness subtly resurfacing throughout the entirety of the album, almost blending the more upbeat direction of Flower Boy with the somewhat small return to the feelings of Tyler's earlier music. We all have relationships with people, unless you're a cyborg or a sociopath, so we can all understand the feeling of someone letting you down or hurting you, and this causing you to regress back to dark feelings you felt previously. Therefore, the mainstream audience Tyler gained from Flower Boy hears Igor and feels a message that closely resonates with them, and become enveloped in this world he's created, much like his core audience had before them. I know there are many other facets and interpretations people can take from Tyler's music, and there are obviously no right or wrong answers. My explanation for the rise in influence Tyler has undergone is down to being the person able to express the feelings and emotions that many are too often scared to express, and he has repackaged this ability and applied it to not only the outcast types that make up his core fan base, but mainstream fans too.
People want something to believe in. You know, if you carry yourself like, just with those leader qualities, like, I don't need to listen to anyone. I'm gonna do this, I believe it. Some people will be like, oh, shit, I guess.
Yeah.
In the future, I hope Tyler continues to be a representative and the blueprint for those who can feel very confused with life. In fact, I find it incredibly fitting that his last major project is titled Call Me If You Get Lost.